Hey, Hope, Kevin here with your 2-Minute Tuesday, July 11, reflecting on Sunday's message, our first one of a multi-week focus all on the Sabbath. I want to hone in on something I shared on Sunday, and that was the Sabbath's placement within the Ten Commandments. So as you know, it is the fourth commandment out of the 10. The first 3 commandments are all about how we relate to God, and the last 6 commandments are how we relate to others, how we love God, how we love neighbor. And the bridge coming right in between them is this commandment on the Sabbath. Now, as we talked about on Sunday, the Sabbath, it's to cease, it is to rest, it is to delight, it is to worship. It's all these things and more. And think about this for a minute, how we connect with God, how we connect with others. When we practice and engage with the Sabbath, we're pretty well postured to connect with God. We're pretty well postured to connect with others. But when we don't, we're probably not going to connect well with either, are we? I mean, think about that, this intentional set apart time. When we don't engage with that, we're probably not being all that intentional with our spiritual walk. We might be too busy, too exhausted to slow down and to do those things that Jesus calls us to do as we follow him. Similarly, if we are not well rested, if we are not realigned to the ways of God through the practices of God through the Sabbath, we likely are not going to be all that loving or patient or merciful or understanding or any of those things with others as we deal with them. And so how do we better connect with God? How do we better connect with neighbor? Love God, love neighbor. Well, perhaps it's to embrace this practice of the Sabbath, the practice that for Christians, by and large, has been completely overlooked or at least completely diluted in recent years. That's why this Sunday, I think it's really important you join us as we jump into part 2 of this series when we look at how we actually go about engaging and entering into this practice in the 21st century. We'll also look at Jesus Christ and what he had to say about the Sabbath and is this still a command we need to follow today or not? You'll want to come Sunday to hear all about that. But in the meantime, I'd love for you to consider about how this practice might allow you to better connect with God and our neighbor in the meantime. So I got for you today. So thank you for joining me. I will see you all on Sunday.